Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I wanted to talk about some spooky palettes. Palettes that have kind of that spooky theme or even a Halloween theme, things like that that exist in my collection. I mentioned doing this video in my autumn favorites video where I just went over a whole slew of makeup products that I was really excited to use for the autumn season, and I mentioned that I wanted to do like spooky palettes separate from my autumnal palettes, and I'm really excited to do this video. I'm also excited because I obviously do not own every spooky themed palette on the planet, so I thought it would be fun to hear what palettes have a spooky theme in your collection as well, because maybe there's some people out there that are looking for some new spooky palettes, and then maybe between my recommendations and your recommendations, maybe they can find something perfect for them. Now I feel like I also have to mention not all of these palettes are available anymore, and I'm so sorry, but this was mostly just for me to kind of talk about what exists in my collection. Maybe it'll inspire you to pull it out if you haven't used it in a while and you do own it, or maybe it'll inspire you to just kind of like create that own vibe within your own collection. Before we hop into the video itself though, I did of course film this look. I love it. It gives me kind of just that spooky, witchy vibe, but a little more simple, but also with a green lip. This should already be up on my Instagram and TikTok by the time this video goes up. And then let me just give you my details. These awesome earrings, one of my favorite pairs of earrings ever, these like magical cauldrons. These are from Undoubtedly Mad on Etsy. And I think I got this choker off Shop Sun & Co, but it's been a very long time. I could be wrong. If I did, and if you shop on their site, you can use my affiliate code battybean to save 10% on their site. So yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in, chat about some spooky palettes, and just have a nice, fun Halloween themed time. Okay, so I have 10 palettes to talk about, and the first two are more so gonna be like honorable mentions, because while they don't necessarily have like a Halloween or spooky theme, I feel like the color story is still perfect for those Halloween and spooky vibes. The first palette being the Colourpop Blow and Smoke palette. I still have like the OG one when it was called the Smoke Show before they had the name change, but this is the Blow and Smoke palette. This is actually such a staple in my collection. I haven't used it super recently, but I do want to use this soon. I feel like it's just the perfect gray-black scale kind of palette. I love the range of mattes in here. The shimmers are so glitzy wet looking. This is a really solid palette for just like really deep smoky looks. You could do a lot of spooky smoky eyes with this, and I think this one's a lot of fun. And I just wanted to give this one a quick shout out. Even though it doesn't technically have a spooky theme, I feel like it's perfect for spooky looks. And the other honorable mention I'm gonna give to my Ace Beauté Paradise Fallen palette, and this was recently reformulated to be their new formula. I mentioned before I didn't have any qualms with their old formula. I thought it was fine. Some of my favorite palettes are with that formula, but I did use the new formula with the Nostalgia palette and it was great as well. So if you were hesitant, maybe you would enjoy it more now. But it is just so smoky, deep purple, really deep, grungy kind of browns. I love the gray tones in here. This is so pretty. You could do very much like a sorceress kind of vibe with this, very enchanting. And again, while this doesn't technically have like a Halloween spooky theme, these colors just scream spooky Halloween time for me. How many times am I gonna say spooky in this video? To be determined. But yeah, I just wanted to give this one a quick honorable mention as well because it is so perfect for this time of year. All right, moving on to the actual spooky themed palettes. I'm not gonna go in any particular order. I'm just gonna kind of grab them as I see fit. First off, I can't not talk about the Lethal is Dead palette. This was from Lethal Cosmetics in collaboration with Teresa's Dead, and it is so much fun. By the way, with all of these palettes, I've posted multiple looks across my channel, some even on my Instagram multiple times. All you gotta do is go to my main channel and type in the search bar, and lots of things will pop up if you are curious. I've played with all of these so many times. But let's talk about the Lethal is Dead palette. This one is so cute. I love these colors. We have kind of brighter but grungy tones. I love the depth in here. The shimmers are so pretty. I think this is so much fun, especially this bright green in the middle. It's so cute. And the names are just so perfect. We have things like Spellbound, Watery Grave, Body Snatched, Creature Feature, Vengeful Spirit. There's so many fun names in here. Very much an homage to classic horror, and it's a lot of fun. It's very cute. I do not know if this one's available at this very moment. I know it was on pre-order for a little while, and I want to say it still is. I'll of course have everything linked down below if I can. But yeah, this one's a lot of fun. I love Lethal's formula, and I'm so happy for Teresa. This was such a well-deserved collaboration. Moving on to my favorite Sugarpill Capsule palette. This is the black edition of the Sugarpill Capsule palette. This is just such a fun, colorful, grungy dream. I love this. This came out last October and I'm fairly certain it's still available. And the names are just so cute. We have like Oogie, Grim, Purgatory, Hex, Coven. There are so many cute names in here. I love this one. It is so much fun. The blush shade over here is really cute. The shimmers are so pretty. I love this one. This like grungy yellow-green action steals my heart. Obviously, I have that kind of thing going on in my crease. This is so cute. I'm obsessed with this. One of my favorite palettes I'm actually talking about in this video. I think this one is so good. Moving on to Shroud Cosmetics, we of course have to talk about my baby, the battybean X Shroud It's Frickin' Bats palette. I love this palette with my whole heart, obviously, and I had to throw the spooky into this palette. I didn't intend on this being a Halloween palette, but I did intend on it being more of those spooky, grungy vibes. I just love these tones. I love the teals, the periwinkle purple chartreusey color. It's such a fun color story in my humble opinion. Obviously my favorite palette in my whole collection. I'm so proud of this. At this very moment that I'm filming this, we have not announced a restock date. I'm not exactly sure what the next restock date is going to be, but as soon as we know, I will announce it. If we've announced it by the time this video goes up, that will be in the description box. This is limited edition, but it will continue to restock as long as there is a demand, and I'm just super pumped for it to come back. I love seeing your looks with this. Please continue tagging me in your looks. It makes my whole day. You're so talented, and I just love seeing my baby on your beautiful faces. And sticking with Shroud, Shroud in general does very good like spooky, creepy vibes with the Creepy Cute, the Divinity palette, but I wanted to also give a huge shout out to the Arcana palette. I love this one. It is so beautiful. Not only is the theming so on point for this time of year, it's also just such a good spooky, jewel-toned, grungy color story. And the shade names, again, are just so perfect. We have like Enchantress, Darkling, Mystic, Nocturnal, Alchemy, which is the name of my salon studio, thank you very much. I just love this, and I wanted to throw it in this video as well because it's so good for these very nice, just kind of enchanting spooky looks, and I think it's beautiful. The shimmers are so rich and metallic, and these mattes are so perfect. I love how deep and grungy they get. It's such a fun one. Just wanted to give this one a shout out as well. Moving on to Black Moon Cosmetics, I had to talk about the Urban Myth palette. I love cryptozoology and I think this is so much fun. Here's what the inside looks like. It's nice and bright and colorful, but it's also very grungy. The shimmers are very pretty. I love how shifty they can get. This deep reddish bloody shimmer is so pretty. It doesn't necessarily look sparkly on the lids, it just looks rich and delicious. And the names are so good. We have Boogeyman, Paranormal, Bloody Mary, Crop Circles, Chupacabra. So many fun names in here. I really love this palette. I think they did a really fun job with it. And this one just makes my heart happy. This was a good palette. Next, moving on to the Colourpop Hocus Pocus palette. Whenever I was planning out this video, I heavily debated even including this one just because I feel like this one could have been a little bit better, but seeing the reveal that just happened yesterday, the day that I'm filming this, it's probably already launched, like for sure by the time this video goes up, but the reveal just happened last night, and that palette is very lackluster. This one did so much better in comparison. My main critique with this one is I feel like we could have gotten rid of this row and this row, and just had like that middle 9 pan. And that would have been a lot more, I feel like, cohesive with the theme. It's not the worst palette in the world. I do think it's cute. I had fun playing with this one, and I just decided I would throw it in this video because Hocus Pocus is so iconic for Halloween. I've already watched it like 5 times this season, and it's only September as of this moment. Again, this one could be a little bit better. It's not even available anymore. Maybe they'll bring it back for the Halloween season as like a reboot, but I'm not sure. But regardless, it's not the best palette in the world, so if you missed out on it, I wouldn't sweat it too much, but I did just want to throw it in here. The little 6 right here are very cute. I feel like they suit the characters nicely, but for the most part, there's some unnecessary shades. But I still wanted to throw it in this video just to chat about it and talk about another Halloween themed palette. Because this one is for sure a Halloween themed palette. You can't even deny it. Moving on to one of my favorite ones, and I wish that Manny would bring this back. This is the Lunar Beauty Moon Spell palette. I treated myself to this, I want to say 2 Halloweens ago, maybe even 3. How many years has this been out? I feel like it's been quite a while. First of all, it's a work of art. It literally looks like a book. Even if I decided I hated what was on the inside, I would probably keep this forever as a decor. And then it just opens up to this beautiful color story. So many different shades of purple, different kind of cool toned neutrals. We have a couple pops of tealy turquoise, some chartreusey shades. This is really, really pretty. I love the colors in here. The shimmers are quite lovely, and I think the mattes are a lot of fun. And all of the names are themed off of pop culture witches. We have like Phoebe Piper and Prue from Charmed. I'm such a Charmed fan. Oh, Paige is there too. Paige was my least favorite. We have like Sabrina. We have the Sanderson sisters. We have so many cool ones. We got Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. Shout out to Kiki over here. This one is so cute. Very much encapsulates those Halloween vibes, and I knew I wanted to talk about it in this video. Maybe he'll bring it back one day. I really hope he does, because this was such a cool one. And finally, last but not least, I wanted to talk about the Alien Cosmetics Not Normal palette. And now this one doesn't necessarily have like Halloween or spooky stamped on like the name. I feel like the shade names and the colors definitely pay tribute to spooky stuff. First of all, this is a Beetlejuice palette if I ever saw one. I love the purple, green, and these neutrals together. I think it's a lot of fun. We have some pretty mustards, and the shades are very cute. We have things like exercise and grunge and smoke. Not all of these names pay homage to like spooky things, but there are some that do, and I feel like the combination of everything just gives me those spooky feels, so I definitely wanted to talk about this one. I think it's really cute. It's my Beetlejuice palette, and I love it so much. Side note, I guess Melt Cosmetics came out with the Beetlejuice palettes last year. I didn't end up picking those up just because still recovering from being out of work from the pandemic and saving for my house and all the things, so I didn't pick those ones up, but Beetlejuice palettes did exist at one point. Anyways, that is everything I wanted to talk about today. Again, I would love to hear down below which spooky or Halloween themed palettes you own that I might not. I would love to chat about it. There are so many out there. I feel like brands are really starting to get better about doing Halloween releases, because for years, everyone just kind of skipped Halloween. It went straight from summer to Christmas, and we need some stuff for fall and Halloween too, because it's such a fun season. I feel like the tones for that time of year are on point, and I'm really excited to see more. Oh, I guess another honorable mention, because I don't own it right this second, but I'm fairly certain Nomad Cosmetics is sending me their newest palette, because they've sent me all their palettes the last couple years. But they're coming out with their new Haunted palette, and I'm so excited to try it out. I probably have already posted a video with it by the time this video goes up, so you can go check that out if I have posted it. I mean, hopefully, as long as the scheduling works out. I know this video is probably gonna go up the beginning of October, so yeah. Honorable mention, the new Nomad Cosmetics Haunted palette. It's very cute. I love the theming, and the colors are so pretty. Anyways, if you made it to the end of this video, leave me a Halloween related emoji, and if you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up. That helps my channel out a lot. And if you haven't and you want to, you can follow me on my socials. You can join the battybean fam. I post every single day on Instagram, and I'm fairly active on Twitter and TikTok as well. And you can subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I'm going to be posting every single day in the month of October for Halloween, but aside from that, I do post most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.